Now, Mason, it's just one game. We're not going to blow this out of proportion, right? I'm sorry, what was that? I couldn't hear you. Hockey is finally back, and with that, Blues win! 4-1 over the Colorado Avalanche! Welcome to episode 1 of Blues Notes, where I make a video after every single Blues game this year. Off to a good start, aren't we? Alright, my throat actually hurts because I've been screaming the entire game, so I'm going to try to keep that to a minimum. And boy, was I a nervous wreck going into this game. For starters, it wouldn't air on NBCSN yet because the Blackhawks were in the midst of getting the shit kicked out of them. So basically, I had to watch the entire game on Avs TV. An already late start ended up being 15 minutes later than the scheduled time, and 30 minutes before puck drop, we find out that Mike Hoffman is not playing. Apparently he was ineligible due to a expired work visa. How many of you saw that news and said that was the most St. Louis thing you've ever heard? But the way this game turned out, I bet he is salivating to get in that lineup. But puck drops and I am excited nonetheless. I cannot wait to see what the Blues do next. Marco Scandella hooking against Brandon Saad. There it is! Yep, I missed that. Luckily, Blues kill it. Then Perron and O'Reilly, a 2-on-1 opportunity saved by Grubauer. He looked sharp early. A few minutes later, Parayko takes a pass from down low, bombs it off the post. And then not long after that, Sammy Blais drills Devon Taves behind his own net. Blais lifted up his elbow, it hit him in the head. That's 2 minutes. Devon Taves ends up going to the dressing room. He does return in the game though. But that is 2 Blues penalties in the first 5 minutes of the game. And of course, 10 seconds later, Burakovsky scores 1-0 Avalanche. And I just sat there thinking to myself, does Blais really want to play? Because Blais was supposed to be a scratch in this one. You'd think he'd want to prove something. But nope, takes a stupid penalty and Avs take advantage. 1-0. Not long after, a break for Robert Thomas, a behind the back one-handed pass beautifully on Jaden Schwartz's stick, passes it to a wide open Oscar Sundqvist, and he snipes it for his first of the season. He snipes it short side on Grubauer, and it's a tie game. Not long after, David Perron, a beautiful pass to Braden Shen through everybody. Shot stopped by Grubauer. Then not long after in the neutral zone, a miscommunication between the two Colorado defenders. Kyrou and Bozak are on a 2-on-1. Kyrou over to Bozak, and everybody in the building thought he was shooting that. Everybody except Jordan Kyrou. Bozak back to Kyrou, a snipe, and Jordan Kyrou with his first of the year. 2-1 Blues. With 3:48 to go in the first, I believe it was Falk that got tripped by Landeskog down below the net. Blues go to the power play, and Ryan O'Reilly with a good chance, but the Avs kill it off. And that takes us to the end of the first. 2-1 Blues. Blues are thoroughly outshooting the Colorado Avalanche in the first period. But during the second period, Avs start really controlling. With about 13 minutes to go, Cale Makar dances around everybody, goes behind the Blues net, and launches a shot. JT Comfort gets the tip. Sharp save by Binnington. Avalanche still applying pressure halfway through the second period. Dunn tried being a little bit fancy in the neutral zone, loses the puck. Brandon Saad has a partial break, stopped by Binnington, but Robert Bortuzzo covers it in the crease, and that's a penalty. So the Blues back to the PK for the third time in the game. They kill it luckily, but oh, that's a bad penalty to take. And although the Blues were outshooting the Avalanche throughout the entire game, in the second period at that point, the Avs were outshooting him 10-2 in the second. Not long after, the Avalanche thought they were going to get a whistle because of an icing. That turns into a miscommunication. Blais has a chance in front of the net, and Grubauer just barely gets a piece of it. Not long after, in our own zone, Robert Bortuzzo is fighting for possession, and he gets a phantom holding call. That was an awful call by the referee. And that makes it 4 penalties for the Blues. Already, it's not even the end of the second. Pretty soon, Nathan MacKinnon does Nathan MacKinnon things, dances around everybody, gets a shot off on Binnington on a partial break, but he comes up big. And then during the ensuing scrum on the boards, Nazem Kadri cross-checks Barbashev. That's 2 minutes. It's 4-on-4 hockey. Blues penalty expires. It's now a 5-on-4, and Krug to Schwartz. Just barely got a piece of that was Grubauer. And both teams kill it off. With just a few minutes to go, Nathan MacKinnon dances around Justin Falk, gets a shot off, passes it back to Mikko Rantanen, who has a beautiful chance and a fantastic save by Jordan Binnington. He looked calm. He doesn't look nervous with that baseball glove. After that, a partial 2-on-1. Shen, a beautiful pass to Perron. saved by Grubauer. And it's at that point that we knew that this was going to be a goaltender battle. After that, things are looking dangerous in the Blues zone, and Ivan Barbashev with a fantastic defensive play with about 20 seconds to go, and we head into the third with a 2-1 lead. Ivan Barbashev with another fantastic takeaway in the Avs zone. Beautiful pass to birthday boy Kyle Clifford, and he scores his first as a Blue. 3-1 Blues. If you would have asked me before the season which new acquisition would score their first goal as a Blue first, Kyle Clifford would be the last one. I take back everything I've ever said about you, Kyle Clifford. Please forgive me. 3-1 Blues. About halfway through, Graves at the point, a beautiful pass to Calvert wide open, and he duffed it high. I guarantee if that goes on net, it's in. And from there, the Blues just dominate the play for the rest of the game. With about 6.5 minutes to go, there appeared to be a miscommunication behind the Avs net between Grubauer and Girard, and Thomas is on that like a hawk. Beautiful pass in front to Oscar Sundqvist. He scores his second of the game. It is 4-1 Blues. It's at this point of the game where I start losing my voice. No real opportunities for either team for a while until there's about 3 minutes left. Rantanen with a beautiful pass in between the legs of Colton Parayko. Right in front to McKinnon, who's all alone, and Binnington once again comes up huge. And after that, the Blues just played that shutdown style of hockey that we saw in Game 7 of the Stanley Cup Final in 2019. Avalanche just couldn't get a darn stick on the puck. And 3-2-1, St. Louis takes the first game of the season. Oh my gosh, I just realized they did this without Tarasenko and Hoffman. Wow, what a fantastic game from Oscar Sundqvist. He's the easy first star of this game. But I'm going to tell you 3 guys that really stood out to me. Jordan Kyrou knew that this was an opportunity to shine, and he took it. That second goal was beautiful. If he can do that for the rest of the season, he's going to have a regular spot on the Blues lineup. Guy number 2, Zach Sanford. We really saw his emergence last year in the regular season, but today, I just saw him, really grinding on the puck. I saw him doing cute little moves around defensemen like it was nothing. He held onto the puck well. He was smart with his decisions. His hockey IQ is off the charts. It's unbelievable. And number 3, how about Ivan Barbashev? Honestly, I think this was his best game as a Blue ever. Honestly, I didn't know that he had that good of a defensive side to him. He was taking away pucks left and right. He was unstoppable this whole game. And then obviously Jordan Binnington does not look nervous. He comes up huge in this one. If he plays like this throughout the entire season, oh my gosh, the Blues have a chance of taking the division. Killer performance from Jordan Binnington. He is the second star in my book. Of course, Oscar Sundqvist is number 1. I'd give the third star to Ivan Barbashev. Kyle Clifford had a great game. I think Colton Parayko had a good game. And I'm going to be honest, Justin Falk looks solid out there. I thought Dunn was a little bit careless on the puck today, but I'm sure that's something he can work on. But honestly, I think he's the only Blue worth critiquing in this game. Everybody looked solid, and that's what you want for a championship team. Whew, that's that. That was a pretty good first episode. I asked you guys for some questions on Twitter. Let's see what you guys said. Is Sundqvist Wayne Gretzky in disguise? Shh, that's our little secret. Did the game maybe improve your expectation for the season, or did you already have a big expectation for the club despite how last season ended? I wouldn't say this game improved my expectation. Rather, it sort of defined what I already knew about this team. I knew that our depth was insane to begin with, and every single guy showed up tonight. And because the Blues don't really have a superstar player, you have to count on every single player playing their best every night. So that's really what it reassured to me. For some reason, the Blues just couldn't find their game in the bubble. They found it here. What went wrong with the Avs tonight? To me, they just looked sloppy all night. I'm happy to have hockey back, but I'm not very happy with their performance tonight. I'm going to be honest, man. Makar, McKinnon, and Rantanen, even though he took that dumb penalty down low, but luckily the Blues never did anything with that, for you anyway. All 3 of your star players really showed up today. Overall, your defense was sloppy, but I wouldn't put any of this game on Grubauer. And I'm going to tell you what I would have said if the Blues lost today. The season's early, people are still gelling together. There's a few new faces in the Avs lineup. I know you guys will bounce back from this. Hell, you guys are the favorites to win the cup, and I don't blame anybody for thinking that. For the Avs, this was absolutely a one-off. I know that they'll be back, and the next time these two teams play each other, which I think is on Friday, it's going to be a fun game. Do not discourage You will be fine. So this concludes episode 1 of Blues Notes. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will make sure to make an even better one for game 2. All in all, thank you guys so much for watching, and I really appreciate all your guys' support. I know that 2020 offseason in a nutshell video did really well. I know it's 18.5 minutes long, but I'm glad a lot of you really liked it. And yeah, I'm looking forward to making this a regular series on my channel. And with that, I will see you guys in the next video. Let's go Blues!